I'm here because it's been 30 days. Every day is like eternity to me, and I can't wait any longer because I know that he was shot. I don't know anything. Maybe everything is we don't know. We don't have a list of the hostages. We don't know their condition. I don't have anything. So I need your help, basically. I'm part of your people. You're part of Israel, and America has been like the best allies, and I'm so proud of being an American, being an Israeli as well. But I do need you now because there's nothing helping me now. I pray, which I didn't do before, but just please help me. Oh, and one other thing, if I can, I just forgot. This is Guy, okay? His best friend is a hostage, too. This is Almog, his best friend. So that's it. Thank you for the opportunity.
There have been 32 days now, and Hamas, just to remind you, he butchered our families, he raped our women, he beheaded our babies, and he burned us alive. This is the organization that take and kidnapped children, 9-month children, 3-year-old children. He kidnapped elderly women and men that are sick. This barbarian organization kidnapped 240 plus civilians. And every day now, you never know what they can do to them. I want to take to everyone here for having us, to the American government that help us, but it's not enough. We need help now. We don't know what is their condition. This is a call for action. And this is a wake-up call, not only for Israel, not only for the Jewish community. This is a wake-up call for all of you here, all of America, all of Europe. You are next. You are next. And we should do everything that we can to stop these atrocities to come and ever again. We need to remember 7th of October and do whatever that we can to stop this, to sorry. Thank you again. Thank you.
We are pleading you, the world, to help us, to speak with Hamas. We have no clue what's happened to them. We only know that they are in Gaza. We don't know if they are injured, if they are together, if they are still alive. For 31 days, for a whole month, my community was butchered in Kfar Aza. We've been to more funerals in a week than I've been in my entire life. 10 days after the October 7th, the military came to us and told us that both of them are kidnapped. It's been too long for us to not know anything, to not hear anything, to know that the Red Cross hasn't entered to see the injured, that the Western world hasn't heard anything from the terrorist organization Hamas who act like ISIS. I want to thank you all for having us here, for giving us a voice to speak to you, to the American people, to the Congress. It's appreciated. We need action. We need action now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we want to thank these families again for their courage and their willingness to share your harrowing stories. And I will say again and reiterate once more, we will stand against these atrocities, and we will stand with Israel, and we'll stand with each of you and your families. We'll be praying for you, and we'll be taking action, because that's what we're going to do here. That's what's called for. I know that your time is short and you have to leave. I want to thank Jay and Jordan Sekulow, the American Center for Law and Justice, for helping facilitate the visit today. I know you have a tight itinerary, so we'll allow you all to step off the stage, if you will.
That's House Speaker Mike Johnson promising to take action on Israel after hearing from family members of Israelis taken hostage by Hamas 1 month ago today. That October 7th attack is something those families are saying we must remember. They say that this is a wake-up call, a call for action, and pleading now for help. I want to bring in ABC's Jay O'Brien on Capitol Hill, along with ABC's Inez de la Quatara in Jerusalem for more. Inez, these stories are heartbreaking every time you hear them. Here we have a mother talking about her son, men talking about their brother, and family members being kidnapped. What's it like there today, marking this, this anniversary, if you will, of this attack?
Hi, Diane. Yeah, a grim milestone. It's been exactly 1 calendar month since the October 7th terror attacks, and we're hearing lots of talks regarding the hostages. These families don't want their loved ones to be forgotten. We've spoken to some of the hostages' families, and that's what they tell us, that they want the hostages to remain top of mind. They're worried that as time goes on, as the expanded operation continues in Gaza, that people will forget about the hostages. So they're continuing to share their stories. Later today, there's going to be a vigil here held just outside the Western Wall in Jerusalem with some of the hostages' family members, and we've seen similar vigils being held across the country today to mark that grim anniversary. Over 240 hostages still being detained by Hamas. Just 4 of them have been released so far. So those 2 Americans, that mother and daughter who were the first 2 released, and the 2 elderly Israeli women who were released a few days later. But since then, not much progress has been made. And you heard those family members there calling for governments, for leaders to do everything they can to bring their loved ones home. That mother talking about how, it's been a month, but every day feels like an eternity. And the family's also talking about how the anxiety, not knowing the condition that their loved ones are in, not knowing where they are, not knowing anything about them, really. So lots of anxiety still for these hostages, Diane.
Yeah, she said every day is like an eternity, and I can't wait any longer. Jay, we heard the House Speaker respond there, promising to take action. What does that look like?
Well, we're not quite sure, Diane. That's the reality here. Part of this press conference looks like an attempt to pressure the administration to, as Inez says, keep these hostages top of mind, to pressure the White House. Now, the White House is, of course, in close touch with Israeli officials about that ongoing military campaign in Gaza. They even called for, at one point, a pause in action in Gaza, military action, to prioritize getting the hostages out. Our David Muir interviewed Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, last night, and Netanyahu said there wouldn't be a general ceasefire, but he left open the opportunity for brief pauses in the fighting to ensure the safety of the hostages, or to ensure that hostages would get out. But we've also heard from Israeli officials who say they want to keep up the pressure with this military campaign because they believe it's putting pressure on Hamas to release these hostages.
All right, Jay O'Brien and Inez de la Quatara, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.